Hey guys, so yesterday I talked about how I think Winnipeg is in for a really rough season and I don't think they're very good. And right on cue, they won their first game last night. They beat the Edmonton Oilers 5-2. Nikolai Ehlers led the way with a hat trick. And, Winnipeg really just took it to Edmonton. But I think one of the most telling things about that game was they went into it needing a win. So it was pretty much, it wasn't a must win. It's way too early in the year for that. But they knew they could not get off to an 0-3 start. And they didn't have Dustin Byfuglien, and they played Connor Hellebuyck instead of Steve Mason. And that is really telling to me that when they win their first game of the season, Steve Mason is not in net. It's Connor Hellebuyck. And when they play their best defensive game of the season, Dustin Byfuglien's not in the lineup. And I think that just shows everything that's wrong with Winnipeg. Is their supposed best defenseman is not even very good defensively, and they've given up a ton of goals in the two games Byfuglien did play, and then he doesn't play last night, and they only give up 2. And then they've had a goaltending problem for quite a few years now. They bring in Steve Mason, of all people, who wasn't the answer in Philadelphia. Really, the last few years in Philly has looked pretty awful. And they bring him in, and he just gets shelled his first few games with the team. So they play Hellebuyck, and they win. And now I don't think Hellebuck's the answer either. I think he's better suited as a backup. I think he's a very good backup, but I don't think he should be the starter. But Steve Mason shouldn't be the starter either. They've really dug themselves a hole at the goaltending position, and I think it's pretty telling that when Byfuglien and Mason don't play, they finally win after getting shelled their first 2 games, giving up a ton of goals and looking awful, especially defensively. So, congratulations, they won a game. I still don't think this is going to be a good year for Winnipeg. This isn't going to, bring on some massive turnaround. Mason's still the starter. He's going to get plenty of chances to start, and he's probably going to fail in a lot of those chances. And Byfuglien will be back eventually. He missed the game with a lower body injury, I believe. I don't think that's anything serious, and he'll probably be back. And Winnipeg's in for a tough year, but they finally won a game, even though it was only 3 games in. But they needed that win after the way that they started the season, especially with all the goals that they've given up. They finally cut down on the goals against. Hellebuyck played really well, making 37 saves. I mean, I don't think he would have gotten 37 saves from Steve Mason. So, that's about it. I just want to point out the fact that Winnipeg finally wins a game, and look who's not playing when they do. So that's a team I think that needs to make some major changes, but they do have some good pieces in place, especially on offense. They've got some great young players in their forward group. They need to find a goalie, because I don't think any goalie they have on their roster now is the answer. And Dustin Byfuglien, is he really that great of a defenseman? Big hitter, puts up a ton of points, but a lot of mistakes, a lot of turnovers, gets caught up ice a lot. I mean, I like Byfuglien. I don't like him as a number 1 defenseman. I don't think he should be, one of the faces of the team. I'd rather have him in my, 3-4 pair, and have him playing with someone who's more of a stay-at-home defenseman. That's just what I think. I still, congratulations on the win, Winnipeg. I still don't think you're going to have a good year. You're probably not worse than Colorado, but you're not better than anyone else in that division. So, that's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We want the channel to grow, spread the word, and we'll hopefully talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.